Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails in the Sky 54? I think it's 54. We're finally going to leave Rolent. We are leaving this town in the dust. We have finished all of our side quests. Well, let me make sure no secret one got added onto the board before we leave, just to make 100% sure. Even though there's no real point in me trying to go for 100% side quest completion, because we've already missed a couple back in the first chapter. So, or I guess we just missed one, right? It was just that one monster I did not want to go all the way back to Rolent Trail at the end of the chapter. Okay, get me out of here, dude. Take me to Bose. You just came home. Sure you can't stay away for a while? I've been here for 1,000 years. Let me out. Once our current job's done, I totally intend to come back and take a load off for a while. You know, see if that ever happens. Anyway, your ticket's already been paid for by Anna. Ready to check in? Yep. Let's fly. Yeah, so the three, like, post-chapter side quests, I would rank them as very good. The drinking one was crazy good. That was a big fan. The other one, the recipe was okay. Not like a huge fan. And then the Blue Blanc one kind of sucked just because I don't like the boss fights with 100% lifesteal. I think that enemy design is dumb and stupid, and I don't like it. Granted, I mean, it's supposed to kind of incentivize using Earth Guard, I guess, but it does suck when you go into a fight and you don't know what to expect, and then it's like, oh, you don't have Earth Guard on your guys, so you lose. And there's no, like, quick way to, like, restart the game. Like, you have to Alt F4 out to end the fight, and then you gotta, like, wait for it to load back in, and I don't know, it's a little minor annoyance, but that's part of the reason why I get a little tilted at those fights. And it was mainly just being able to summon more monsters of the exact, like, summon more boss monsters, not just regular, like, trash mobs, but, like, other 9,000 HP guys that have 100% lifesteal. That was a bit much. I see, so now we have a gospel influencing people's minds. Using the fog's particular matter is a medium to exert mental control over a large area. Well, that settles one question, at least. Excuse me, Professor. Oh, Casius, you old dog. Good timing. Escaped Laystone, did you? Yes, I finally managed to finish up a bit of work. Thought I would stop by and see how you're holding up. Yo, what's that sword the Professor's got? Has that always been there? What's this, a report from your granddaughter? Yes, just arrived express from Rolent. Thanks to Tita's report, I'm quite certain of my theory now. About the gospel, I'm assuming. Yes, though it's ultimately still a hypothesis at this point. I've gone over it again and again, both on paper and with the Capel, so I'm reasonably sure of this. Shall I go over it? Absolutely. Right then. So, what we've been calling the Gospel's orbital shutdown phenomenon? Tell me, what do you think it is based on what you've seen and heard? It's an effect that occurs to any orbital device located near an active gospel, chaining from one device to another, and it renders these devices inert while a gospel is active. That's at least how it seems to me. Half right, half wrong. What you're describing is closer to the orbital arc anticept. That shorts out the internal quartz circuits of an orbit and temporarily suspends its functionality. The phenomenon generated by a gospel, however, is fundamentally different. It steals all orbital energy formed in the orbit down to the very last joule. So it's more of an orbital absorption phenomenon then. Yes, to make a comparison to a combustion engine, it's like siphoning out the petrol. But wait, unless I badly misunderstood physics, that means the gospel should absorb and store all that power, correct? Good eye, lad, you've noticed a very important fact. So I've measured a gospel after it absorbs energy, but the gospel does not actually hold any of it. Maybe it's transporting it to somewhere? Not even a single EP's worth. It's possible the energy is being vented into the wider environment? No, not at all. The energy disappears completely, utterly, and quite impossibly thanks to thermodynamics. I'm thinking it's maybe transporting it somewhere. I don't really know how, but Every time they are encountered, they cause unbelievable phenomenon that even our best orbital engineering can't explain. It's unclear how they're causing such effects, but I can say one thing with confidence, and that is, they're too small. I can say with absolute certainty that any device enabling such massive effects could not fit into the palm of one's hand. Even if the society somehow possesses technology centuries ahead of our own, nothing that small should contain that much potential energy. I think I'm starting to see where this is going. You're saying the Gospels must be terminals, then access points of some sort. Exactly. The only function the Gospel unit itself has is an ability to manifest an abnormal warp into a local orbital field. The warp then resonates with any local orbital devices, expands, and draws energy from the devices. The energy then disappears through the warp. Okay, so that's kind of what I was saying. Well, no, it does not disappear. It is sent elsewhere. So they're basically just been siphoning energy then to some big bad thing that is gonna be scary. You know, I hope I'm misunderstanding this. I'm afraid you get a passing grade here, old friend. Society can use the Gospels to draw out and spread the power of whatever this thing is. Spreading the influence of mysterious force, no wonder the society named them Gospels. In that case, the nature of this thing bothers me. As you said, even if it's an orbit out of the purest fiction, or... As far as that goes, I'm afraid I have no real clue. I thought of a number of possibilities, but that would be pure speculation at this point. Now Casius, I'll ask you the same question I asked you 10 years ago. We're in quite the pickle. What do you need me to do? The exact same words when I asked you to develop the patrol airship. Well then. He's thinking. The key, I think, must lie in this warp the Gospel creates. Russell, can you develop some kind of plan or method of stopping the resonance and the spread? Heh, thought you'd ask that. I'm just about done with my current invention anyway. I'll get to work as soon as I'm done with that. Well, at least the smart people are hard at work. And then you got me over here. No, I need to find the boxes, but I can't find the boxes. Please, Wiki, help me find the boxes. I can't figure it out on my own. I'm too stupid. Even the liberal news says nothing of note's happened. It's something to be happy about at least. It's the dreamland for anyone who likes to shop. As a fan of the Bose market. Sup, Oliver? It's Stella. At last we returned to Bose. The land laden with memories of our first meeting. Love and peace, baby. It makes my heart swell to return to a place of such sweet nostalgia. Shocking as it may be, I kind of have to agree on the heart-swelling memories bit. Although, as I remember it, you were kind of rude back then. You said I wasn't attractive and made fun of me like a schoolboy. You misunderstand me, my fair Rose. I would only display such cute, bashful behavior in order to hide feelings of love unabated. Yeah, I bet that's it exactly. You sure didn't waste any time putting the moves on Schera, as I remember, or Joshua. Well, putting that aside, as you stand now, your beauty is incomparable to what it was then. Yours is a supple, healthy beauty, with a maiden's gentle virtue. Indeed, you have grown, Estelle. Now, when you put it that way, it's kind of embarrassing. Please don't say it like that again. There's no shame to be had in virtue, Estelle. Still, you have only begun to climb the ladder of adulthood. Should you wish to Should you wish to ascend even higher, I would be more than happy to assist you. No, thank you. If I was ever in a position to ask anyone about that sort of things, it'd be a million times better off asking Schera. Oh, a pity. The things I could teach. Though Schera would be the one to... I'll remind you that I have a very large stick. That's why Oliver's the best character. Sup, Schera? Oh, shit, now we're getting serious. Get freaking Oliver over here, you know, doing his thing, and now it's like, oh, let's get all serious for Schera. Hello, Estelle. Hey, Schera, so this is where you went. Wait, do you want to be alone for a bit? Oh, this is a bit unlike you, Estelle. Why so reserved? You want to ask about, Luciola, right? Yeah. She says we met a very long time ago. I don't remember her at all. I was wondering what she was like, and could you jog my memory? Let's see, where to begin then? First, water break. Alright. Well, let's begin with her stage name, I suppose. Luciola, the Bewitching Belle. She controls her audience illusions by dancing while using bells and fans, thus bewitching them, you see. Hers was the centerpiece performance of our little circus troupe, the one that really brought the audiences in. Illusions. Does she use an orbment to make them? No, she used something which she always called illusion magic, which is apparently some kind of very old non-orbal art. Luciola was from a family with a tradition of working that art. Was. People who fall in with a traveling circus like ours tend to be one of two kinds. People who had the cause to abandon their previous homes and families, or people who never had such things to begin with. Luciola was one of the former, and I was the latter. I was about 7 years old when Mr. Harvey and his band took me in. Back then, I was little more than a street urchin living in the slums of the city. Pickpocketing, petty theft, there was little I wouldn't do to survive. The ones who reached out a hand to me were the troupe's leader, Mr. Harvey, and Luciola. They taught me, the little girl who couldn't trust anyone, the warmth of a family. And they taught me all sorts of skills that would let me earn a place for myself in the troupe. Dancing, beast handling, tarot reading, Luciola taught me all of it. But then, 8 years ago, Mr. Harvey died in an accident. Without his leadership, we all just drifted apart and went on our own ways. I'd been planning to stay with Luciola, but soon after Mr. Harvey died, she simply told me there's something I must do and vanished. Hopeless and lost for the first time in years, I turned to the one remaining man in the world whom I still trusted. As you might suspect, that was Casius, who'd already begun working as a bracer. You know the rest, I imagine. So that was what happened 8 years ago. So that's what happened. I had no idea you'd gone through something like that. The reason I aimed to become a bracer at first was to improve myself. I wanted to be able to live and prosper on my own. Show Luciola just how far I'd come when she returned. But, well, it's been 8 years. Perhaps that was enough time to re-examine my reasons. Schera. Oh, don't make that face. Like Zen said, I don't intend to simply fight over her without saying a word. I want to hear Luciola's story before doing anything. I have to know what possible reason could have made her associate with the society. Yeah, that sounds good. I've got your back, Schera. I'll do anything I can to help. I know I can always count on you. Still, you've grown quite a bit, haven't you, Estelle? Well, that's kind of sudden. I've always thought of you as being exactly what I expect of Casius' daughter. I don't think that's quite right or fair anymore, though. What do you mean? Your strength isn't quite the same as Casius's. Casius has a heart as deep as the ocean and strength like a relentless wave. But you, Estelle, your strength is like the sun. You shine and make others shine just by being near them. Isn't that what Joshua says at the end of the first game? You know, my Estelle, you shine like the sun or something like that? Oh my god. I got it, dude. I'm surprised I remembered that. I think that's why people are attracted to you so easily. It's what I like about you the most, and I know Joshua felt the same way. I don't think you need to feel any pressure to live up to Casius, is my point. Yeah? You really are my big sister, Schera. You always know how to encourage me. Thanks. You're very welcome. Not saying you should return the favor, mind, but you really should drink with me sometime. Now that you're a full bracer, you better learn to handle your liquor. How is booze related to... You know what? Never mind. I don't even want to know. That was neat. Really, child, my daughter keeps saying she wants to eat at the Antaros restaurant in Bose. Isn't that place, like, super expensive? No, so unaware of prices. Wasn't it Oliver who, like, drank the $1 million bottle of wine or something? I mean, not Joshua. I say Oliver and I say Joshua. I meant Oliver, but... Was it $1 million or was it just 100,000? I think it was like $1 million bottle of wine. Something like comically absurd. Let me tell you, the existence of the Empire weighs more heavily on the minds of our troops than anyone else. Okay. What's up, Tita? Oh, hi, Estelle. Still walking around? Sorta, yeah. Tita, this is your first time in Bose, isn't it? Uh-huh. I've heard there's a really big store in Bose, and I kinda wanted to see it. The Bose Market, yeah. Think of it like the department store in Gransel, but even bigger. It's actually a bunch of different stores all in one space. It's really busy. Wow, that sounds kind of amazing. I hope we arrive in Bose soon. What do we got? Where's Agate? Oh, he's probably downstairs. Is that the mayor? Okay. Doesn't that just look like the mayor? Pretty sure that's like the same model as the mayor, maybe slightly different. Hello, miss. Thank you for your patronage. You can view the Nebel Valley. The Nebel Valley. I vaguely remember that area. That's where we fought that Yeti thing. Apparently there's some kind of nice lodging at the end of the Valeria Lake. It's very popular with fishermen. That fog was terrible. Then it just dissipated in an instant. I've never seen such straight fog in all my days. I can't talk today, dude. I've been like really struggling with talking out loud for some reason. I feel like I'd gotten kind of good after like last week when I had like 5 days of recording in a row. We did some, so I'd kind of gotten used to it, and then take a 2-day break, and now I can't talk no good no more. What's up, Chloe? Oh, Estelle, out for a walk again? More or less. More importantly, sorry. I didn't really open up about Joshua until the very end. Don't worry. Still, that girl with Joshua is one of the Sky Bandits, isn't she? Sky Pirates. Yeah, she's a cheeky, insulting little punk by the name of Jose Capua. She's also the single biggest tomboy I've ever laid eyes on. And some people call me a tomboy sometimes. I see. She does seem a bit charming from the photograph. What? I mean, she can be pretty cute if she keeps her mouth shut. She did manage to play a perfect upper crust girl when we first met her, too. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot she did the, pretending to be a schoolgirl. I'm sorry? I see. That is impressively dexterous, if I do say so myself. Well, it makes sense, since she's apparently from former Erebonian nobility. Putting on a face like that is her specialty, I think. Peel away the layers, though, and like I said, at the core, she's a cheeky, classless little punk. Still, from what I've heard, I can't really find cause to hate her. Someone didn't fight her in her infinite heals in the first game, okay? I've got plenty of reason to hate her. I suspect that if we found a chance to talk, we might have a lot in common. Yeah, I can't really see that happening. We'd slide off each other like oil and water. Our personalities wouldn't fit together, trust me. Maybe. Oh, Estelle, good work this time. You're really growing as a bracer. I'm still kind of a newbie, I think. Like, I'm not even remotely as good with a staff as Dad. Well, I don't think you should worry much about Master Casius much. An S-rank bracer is a master of the profession to a degree that they attain the unity of purpose all martial arts seek, after all. I mean, also, he's like a lot older than us. We've been at this for like maybe a year. To be honest, I don't think I could ever attain such enlightenment, even if I spent my whole life trying. I see. Gotta admit, it's kind of hard for me to understand how incredible my dad is, but... Actually, Zen, you mentioned the whole unity of purpose idea to Chloe back at the castle, so what does that exactly mean? I did. It's kind of tough to explain, to be honest. Well, here it goes. Master Casius was once such a transcendent master of the sword, he was given the title of Divine Blade. Today, though, he can wield a staff just as easily as the sword he spent his life training with. Why do you think that is? He practiced really hard? That's part of it, sure. But more than that, it's because he could instantly understand and relate the nature of his staff combat to his previous experience. Something beyond what we call skill, above practicing forms and reflexes, above muscle memory. Think of it as a mental state where one can grasp the true nature of all things and control them at will. So he's Neo from the Matrix, got it. That whole concept is what we refer to as unity of purpose. The true nature of all things, huh? His plan to push back the Imperial Army during the war was the same, I bet. He understood the nature of war, of combat, so intrinsically, so instinctively, that he was able to construct the plan he did. No one more fearsome as a foe. Apparently my brain doesn't work either. I get it, I think. But that means that even my supposedly enlightened dad was beaten in some ways with society. During that coup, he was lured out of the country for starters. Yeah, they almost certainly possess someone equal to Master Cassius, dude. I'm done, dude. I can't do it. It's hard to know if it's whoever Loa is or this professor, though. Could it be the guy we know as Lawrence? He was pretty powerful. I don't know. He is incredibly skilled, sure, but I doubt he can match up to Master Casius. Besides, his chi, his soul, they do not have the unity of purpose, not in the way I've spoken of. He is a blade sharpened in one specific way, by the coldest frost, tempered to perfection, untouched by anyone. That's the sense I got from him in the arena, at least. Granted, he was holding back, dude. He hasn't shown himself, but I figure he's got to be up to something. He did seem to kind of have some sort of fixation on Joshua. Well, they're obviously, like, if not blood-related, right? Like, right? They grew up together? Like, they may not actually be brothers, but, like, essentially brothers, maybe? I wouldn't surprise me if they know each other from Joshua's days in society. Between him and me and Schera, we've got some strange ties in our past in this group. I wonder if this is the guidance of she who dwells above? Okay, like, I just need to, like, my tongue is just, it can't handle today. Is Agate the last one? Been riding a lot lately. The fog in Rolent was thick. Yep. Oh, it's you, you fuck. You stupid tree talker. Making me run all over the place. Well, let's check this, and then we will talk to Agate. You're going a bit too far northwest. Don't want to get too close to the mountainside. I want to avoid turbulence if we can. Is he gonna sing? Bum diddy bum bum, yes sir, understood. Correcting course to south. Bum diddy bum bum bum. Okay. Sup, Agate? Haven't talked to you in a while. You've been a little out of action. You've kind of been replaced for this chapter by Schera. Hey, is something wrong, Agate? It's nothing. You still wander around the ship? Yeah, basically. You're from Ravenou in the Bose region, right? This will be your first time back home in a while then. Is Ravenou the fruit village? Or is that a different place? I think that's the fruit village, right? It's been a little while, yeah. I did stop by the old place after the Queen's birthday celebration a while back, though. Hey, wait a second. Why are you assuming I'm going back home? Oh, don't be embarrassed, you big teddy bear. You got a little sister back in Ravenou, right? You mentioned her once. You must be the biggest softie when it comes to her, huh? Hey. Yeah, where the heck, in Ravenou is her house anyway? I don't remember meeting any girl who stood out as Agate's little sister. When we were there investigating the Sky Pirates, there was a girl with Louis, but I'm too young. I gotta figure your little sister's gotta have your hair. I'll introduce you to Misha soon, assuming we have for some reason to visit anyway. Is she dead? Like, a little worried. In that case, we'll have to bring Tita along too. Why would we have to do that? Tita's kind of attached to you, in case you hadn't noticed. She'd be pretty let down if you didn't introduce her to your sister, you know? Oh god, dude. Oh, I get it. You don't want Misha and Tita to meet, Estelle, read the room, dude. Now I get it. They might get together and get in lots of trouble like Tita did with Rene. They might get jealous of each other. Being an older brother must be hard work. Oh, that's what you meant. Huh? I'm really hoping this girl isn't dead, dude. Because this is a freaking awkward-ass conversation if she is. You might go ahead and introduce those two crazy kids and make sure nothing blows up. Yeah, thanks. I'll be counting on you for that. Thank you for flying with us today. We'll be arriving in Bose shortly. Please be aware. Yep, okay. So after like 4 videos, we're finally in Bose. It's got a nice little tune too. It's not no Zeiss, but it's up there. Kind of almost sounds like Pokemon music. Like, I could definitely see this in like some town in Pokemon. Oh yeah, I forgot about this guy. Hello everyone, good work out there in Rolent. Silver Streak, the Heavy Blade, the Immovable, and our Rising Star Rookie all together. Brings a tear to my eye, it does. Rising Star Rookie? You, of course. You are a little walking miracle who's managed to stop in society in 4 different regions. That's been the stop? More like they decided to leave. You've got to be kidding. Saying I stopped anything is overstating it more than a little. They just ran off with their experiments once their experiments were done. You did handle yourself well in Rolent case. In the Rolent case, Estelle. Don't sell yourself too short. I think you can be a little proud. Yeah, but that was just a bunch of coincidences coming together, and haha, no need to get so embarrassed. You just need to live up to your reputation is all. Yeah, thanks, Zen. You make it sound like a cakewalk. Anyway, all that aside, what's the situation like here in Bose? There's been no sign of the society whatsoever. No surprise, I suppose, since the Sky Pirates are caught and the armies have been patrolling the region pretty heavily. One thing sticks out, though. There must have been a few too many dangerous monsters flying around here these days. Really? You know, I noticed that the last time I was here, Bose seemed to usually have way more wanted monsters than other regions. Why is that? Most of it comes down to Bose being huge and filled with rough terrain. It makes it common to see monsters come down from the less inhabited areas. Thing is, though, we've had 10 cases just since the beginning of the month. 10? That is a lot. I'm guessing that kept Sting and the rest of the crew pretty busy. Yeah, and Kurt's team stopped by the other day to slay several of them. Being you're dead if you can take care of a few of them for us as well. That does strike us as a good course of action. It's possible the society is involved with this. Yeah, they could hurt someone if we leave them alone, so we should get out there and take them down. Huh? Agate, what's wrong? Yeah, what's up? You're really quiet. Nah, it's nothing. Anyway, let's get out there and bring back some monster heads. Pardon me. Hey, it's Mayor Chick. Mayor Mayabelle and Leela, whatever your name is. Haha, good day. Estelle, it's good to see you again. I'm glad you're here as well. Wow, it's seriously been forever. It's been like literally over 100 parts, maybe. Well, probably close to 100 parts since we last talked to her. Like 90, I guess, if you count, because I mean, we ended chapter 1 of the first game on like part 20. There was about 40 more parts after that, like 45 or so. And we've got about 50 of these, so almost 100 parts. I guess we talked to her at the birthday celebration, but that doesn't count. I've been hearing all about your exploits in the news though, Estelle. That goes for everyone else as well. I'm glad to see you're all safe. Especially you, Chloe. Are you on school break already? I ended up taking a little time off early. It's good to see you again, Maybelle. You two seem pretty familiar. Well, Maybelle used to be a student at the academy. We met before she graduated. And I'm certainly glad we met too. I see. And Agate Krosner. It's been some time, sir. I suppose so. Hang on, Agate, Mayor Maybelle, you know each other? Well, yes, I've relied on Mr. Krosner a number of times for various jobs only he could do. And 10 years ago... Hey, Mayor? I forgot myself. Pardon me. So something happened, I guess, during the war. 10 years. I think that's how long ago it was. Regardless, I simply wish to stop by today and welcome you back. From the sound of things, you're pursuing an international criminal syndicate which threatens the safety of the entire country. More like entire world, dude. But apparently they're all fighting a friggin' dragon. I mean, I don't trust anybody who can take it. I mean, that dragon was big too. That wasn't like normal big dragon size. That was like, that thing's the size of a mountain. So far as the city of Bose is concerned, the threat of these criminals pose is not someone else's problem. It's everyone's. If I can do anything to assist you in the investigation, anything at all, you only need to ask. I could use about 1 million Mira. Yeah? I mean, you got the money. Yeah, if we need help, we'll definitely ask. I'm afraid I must excuse myself here. Should anything come up, please come visit me at my residence. Pardon us. Come on, Agate. Couldn't have been a little bit more civil. It's who I am. I ain't running a butler service here. Give me a break. Agate can be kind of arrogant to some people sometimes. He's usually polite towards clients, though. You were kind of short with the mayor, Agate. You're imagining things. More to the point, I remember talking about us bringing back some monster heads. Lugren, give us the breakdown. Right, we got 3 cases outstanding. First is the Blade Fang stalking around the Chrome Pass. Then you got the Ghost Epitaph in the Neville Valley. And then you got the Octobone raising hell at Anvil Tower. Okay, got those written down. Alright, Monster Slaying is a perfect task for my greatsword. I'll be taking charge this time around. Okay, so that means we're going to spec Estelle back into magic. Huh? Well, you are a Bose native, my good heavy blade. You're probably the best suited out of all of us. I have no objections. Decided then. Go on, pick us a team, Estelle. You're being suspiciously gung-ho about this, you know. Well.
Alright! Your aid, please!
I mean, you already know, dude. Schera, you had your time in the sun, but you were out. Estelle is gonna be #1 magic girl. Actually, I need to steal her equipment, so we're gonna need to go back in there. Okay, so we're running all over the region. Let's go find these wanted monsters. Since we're out, why don't we stop at Ravenue Village? Pretty sure I made this clear on the flight over. We'll visit Ravenue after we're done with our work here in Bose. You unfeeling clod. Agate has the right of it, I think. Or would you want to go on and leave our Tita behind? Alright, gotta bring Tita. You just agree because of that? Okay, last few videos have gone kind of long, so I think we'll go ahead and cut these off here a little early. We will accept these quests. The Missing Lady. Got the rarest flavor. Okay, we don't have any bones anymore. We use them all. I think we have everything else. No, we don't have any bird eggs, dude. The medal was stolen. So we got some stuff to do. First things first, before I forget. Hey, Schera. Get in the party for a second. And then I'm gonna instantly kick you out. I'm gonna steal all your stuff. Is anything we want here? I'm gonna steal your range temporarily, and then I'm gonna steal your equipment. Yeah. And then I also, well, you can keep your proxy puppet in case you have to use it again for a story section or something. Where's the tiger heart? Yo, that's really good. When did we get that? Okay, get the holy cloth and the crystal heels, the Duende slippers. So that gets her 400. Now I don't have Oliver to compare. Of course, I want you the power of your genius, Oliver. You're too good, my good buddy, good pal. So what are you at? Status. Okay, so she's just slightly worse at arts than Oliver is, which is pretty good. Is there anything else we could give her? Probably don't need the glove gear if we're not going to be hitting people. We probably want to redo our orbits. Yeah, I'll do all that stuff off screen. Let's go ahead and end the video here. I'm XShe's87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.